What's happening, beautiful people? Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the US market opening. It's 4:30 Europe time, and here we are. It's official. The US market is now open, guys. Welcome, everyone. How are you guys doing? Type your questions if you have any questions. Interact with me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our videos to support us in delivering more great content. So the U.S. markets are opened for a few seconds now. U.S. stock markets to open mixed today, following news from the States that Donald Trump is looking to ban TikTok and the WeChat app starting this Sunday. Big hit for Oracle, which falls massively pre-market. Now, the other very interesting news is that oil prices edged lower today after Libya announced that the sanctions that they have since January this year will very soon be lifted. So another country will start producing more oil, adding to the surplus of oil that we have on the markets right now. Right. Now, before we get into the news, guys, another good news that's coming from our friends from 4XC. They have just launched a new exclusive Facebook group channel today with a live feed of quality market signals directly to the group live trading webinars, prizes, competitions, and giveaways. And we're going to have more details about it next week. We're going to start the week fresh with prizes and competitions, just like I've announced this morning, but more details to come on Monday at the market opening. Now, let's move on and see what happened today. So we see a headline, Tesla, UPS rise pre-market and Oracle falls. Let's have a quick look and see what happened. Right, stocks in focus in pre-market trade today. Please refresh for updates on investing.com. Oracle stock fell 1.4% after the U.S. Commerce Department announced it would ban U.S. businesses' transactions with social apps, WeChat, and TikTok on Sunday. Oracle is seeking to become a technology partner in ByteDance TikTok app for the United States. Huge news, big hit for Oracle. Let's see what will follow shortly after that. Right, let's get more details on this. There we go. So the U.S. Commerce Department said it will issue an order today that will ban people in the United States from downloading Chinese-owned messaging app WeChat and video sharing app TikTok starting on September 20th. Commerce officials said the ban on the new U.S. downloads of TikTok could be still recited by President Donald Trump before it takes effect late Sunday, as TikTok owner ByteDance races to clinch an agreement over the fate of its U.S. operations. Let's not forget, ByteDance has been in talks with Oracle Corporation and others to create a new company, which is called TikTok Global, that aims to address U.S. concerns about the security of its users' data. ByteDance still needs Donald Trump's approval to stave off a U.S. ban. Commerce officials said that they will not ban additional technical transactions for TikTok until November 12th, which gives the company additional time to see if ByteDance can reach a deal for its U.S. operations. The basic TikTok will stay intact until November 12th. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross told Fox News Network earlier on today. Also, the department said the actions will protect users in the U.S. by eliminating access to these applications and significantly reducing their functionality. Right, more than that, Oracle shares fell 1.6% after the news in pre-market trading. Right, very big news and very big hit for Oracle, which was this close a couple of days ago from signing the deal with TikTok and WeChat. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's move on and look at oil prices, then have a look at the charts, guys, then the trivia question of the day, okay, and more news. Now, oil prices fell after Haftar signals Libya output to resume. This is the latest news that came earlier on Reuters, and we're fetching it from investing.com. Oil prices edged lower on Friday after Libyan commander Khalifa Haftar said a blockade on Libyan oil exports, which has been in place since January, would be lifted. Erasing gains made in earlier Asian and European trading hours, Brent crude was down 20 cents, trading at 43.10 per barrel. And U.S. oil futures fell 20 cents, trading at 40.77. The benchmarks were still set for weekly gains after Hurricane Sally cut U.S. production. Saudi Arabia pressed allies to stick to production quotas, and banks, including Goldman Sachs, predicted a supply deficit. Haftar's comments came after Libya's National Oil Corporation, not controlled by Haftar, said overnight it would not lift force majeure on exports until oil facilities were demilitarized. Pre-blockade Libya was producing around 1.2 million barrels per day. It is unclear, however, how quickly Libya could reach that level again. Earlier, Goldman Sachs predicted a market deficit of 3 million barrels per day by the fourth quarter and reiterated its target for Brent to reach $49 by the end of the year and 65 by the third quarter of 2021. Wow, okay, that is great news. We didn't have this piece of information in the morning. We had the statement from Goldman Sachs, but no pricing was given. Now the price is given. Swiss bank UBS also pointed to the possibility of undersupply, forecasting Brent would rise to $45 per barrel in the fourth quarter and to $55 per barrel by mid-2021. Right, so apparently oil is in an uptrend, guys. They are looking to stabilize the market anywhere between the $55 and $65 mark, which is okay for long-term trading. Right, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and Other Producers, a group known as OPEC Plus, are cutting output by 7.7 million barrels per day and stressed at the meeting yesterday that it would take action against members not complying with the deal. We touched upon this earlier on this morning. Okay, and the Saudi Arabian energy minister said those who gamble on oil prices would be hurt like hell. Right. Okay, so good news for oil. We're gonna have some more volatility, guys. Now let's take the trivia question of the day, and then we're gonna move on to the charts and see how the markets open today at the US opening. So the question of the day, guys, the trivia question of the day is, at what time the CFD market opens on a Sunday? Because yes, the CFD markets open on a Sunday. So on GMT time, on Europe time, guys, at what time the CFD market opens on a Sunday? Type your answers. Type your questions if you have any questions. As starting next week, these questions will be monetized, guys, in a way. Okay, so go on, be brave. And let's see if you know the answers. At what time do the CFDs markets open on a Sunday? Right, I'll give you the answer in a few minutes. Now, let's move on to the charts and see what has happened during the European session and how the markets open today. We see oil trading quite high in the morning, suffering a bit of a pullback, okay, to the 40.75 mark. And after US opening, we see it pushing higher, currently trading at 41.12. Now, let's look at it on a 4-hour chart and try and do a bit of technical analysis, guys. As we know, oil is on a correction. There is the correction. There is the teacup shape that you see there. Okay, excellent rally for oil. Excellent rally for oil from the 37 mark until today. We see the RSI and the stochastic at the bottom trading in the upper section, indicating an overbought level, but we know markets have a lot of volume after the American opening. So who knows, guys? We might see oil closing at 43 today. Okay, if it manages to break a bit higher, to break higher than 41.41 or 41.50, then very likely it's going to head towards the 43.35 mark. Okay, that if the volumes come on the market. Right. Alternatively, we might see oil pulling back towards the $40 mark. Okay, after the news that Libya will join again the overall production. Okay, with an additional 1.2 million barrels per day. Okay, as the article said, let's see if they have the power, or how long will it take them until they get to producing so much oil again. But again, you never know, guys. So any weak demand, then oversupply of oil on the market will very likely push the oil price lower. Okay. Now, as things stand right now, there's still room for improvement. Let's look at it on a daily chart, guys, and see. Right, oil is pushing higher. He's targeting the $43 mark. Okay, if it will reach it today, I can't tell you that, but very likely it will reach it in the very near future. Now, let's move on and see how the European currencies move today. There we go. We had a good opening this morning, but the euro lost momentum. Okay, with the RSI trading in the 50% mark, in between overbought and oversold, and the stochastic pointing upwards. Again, that usually indicates a bit of an uptrend. But let's see once the markets settle. As you know by now, guys, the markets definitely need about half an hour to 1 hour after the New York opening to settle, and true volume comes in the markets then. Right, the pound is trading at its highs after a decent rally, but still not being able to break the 129.94 that we see there. Currently trading at 129.60, and by the looks of it, targeting the 129.42 mark, which is the previous low. And if that level will be breached, then probably it will target a lower level at 129.10, 129.11, or why not 129 flat. Okay, still a bit of time. If you allow, you will get the answer. Now let's have a look at USD JPY. The USD has been dropping today on the European session. It started a mild correction just before the US opening. We see the RSI and the stochastic way in the oversold levels, so that indicates a bit of buying power on the market. Let's see if that's going to continue today. Gold traded, the Aussie dollar traded a bit lower today, and I'm sure gold traded a bit lower as well, as the Aussie dollar and gold tend to move together, tend to move in the same direction, but not the same amount of pips, guys. Okay, so the Aussie dollar is currently trading at 0.7296, just short of the 73 level. Still in its range, still looking to break higher from what I see here, with the RSI pointing upwards and the stochastic as well. Okay, if that's the case, then the Aussie dollar will bounce from its support level. Bear with me for a second. Let me draw some support levels on the chart. There you go. Yeah, so this is the support level that the Aussie dollar is bouncing from, and very likely will target this level. Yeah, the 0.7322 mark. Okay, or a bit higher. But if you want to be cautious, then you can trade it gradually, like target 1, target 2, and target 3. Right, breaking news coming in. Wall Street opens mixed as options expiry nears, and Dow Jones is down 58 points. Well, considering the movement we saw on the Dow Jones this week, guys, 58 points is literally nothing. Okay, we saw Dow Jones moving 200, 300 points pre-market opening, so 58 points is not a big deal. Now, back to the Aussie dollar. Yeah, if the Aussie dollar decides to break to the downside, then very likely traders will target the 0.7263 mark. Okay, and this is the range of the Aussie dollar. All right, let's move on to USD Canadian. We see the USD performing very well versus the Canadian dollar. It had quite a good rally in the last few hours. Okay, again, I'm on a 1 hour chart, guys. So whatever you see happening from here to where the price is now, okay, this has happened today during the European trading session. Okay, so every time I show you the charts, guys, beginner traders, look at the last 5, 10, 20 candlesticks. Yeah, that's where I'm pointing to, the far right of the chart. Let's see the S&P 500. Wow, the S&P 500 opened a tad higher today, but still in the red. Dow Jones the same. Yeah, they try to open positive, but it's pulling back as we speak. Time will tell. Overall, from what I see here, the Dow seems to be in an uptrend, seems to be aiming for that 100% correction that will happen hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay, let's move on to the US dollar index, which again has been dropping a bit on the European session, but just before the New York opening started trading a tad higher. Again, very well supported. Okay, there is the support level for the US dollar index. it seems to be aiming towards its level at 93,600. Okay, or 93, yeah, 599. Okay, this is the range. It's still ranging. There's no trend yet. Okay, let's see what will happen today. Now, if you want to trade the US dollar index, trade it with caution. Okay, and many traders that decide to be cautious today will go halfway. Yeah, they will not go for a 100% correction. They will target the 50% mark. And if that's hit, then probably they will extend their take profit to the target too, which is the 93.58 mark. Right, gold futures are trading lower today, guys, at 1952. They've been dropping slightly in the last few hours, in the last 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the last 4 hours. Good European opening, bad New York opening for gold. But again, gold is heading towards its support level there. Yeah, at 1946, 1950. Yeah, somewhere there. So it's worth giving the markets a bit of time to see if gold will reach that level and what will happen next. If that level is going to be breached, then most traders will probably target the 1928 level and lower, yeah, to the 19. Sorry, guys, yeah, to the 1916 mark as we look on the charts. If gold decides to turn around, then we're looking at 1968 and 1980. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a quick look at Brent oil. Brent oil futures apparently are on the are pushing towards the upside. Yeah, with the RSI and the stochastic turning around and pushing higher after a slight drop today. Yeah, Brent oil futures are currently trading at 43.19, 43.20. Let's decrease the time frame. Right. Still, the RSI did not manage to get up to the 70% mark, which is the overbought, and the stochastic, again, did not manage to get into the overbought section. Not a lot of buying power on the market as things stand right now. And Bitcoin, guys, your favorite, which is still trading short of the $11,000 mark. It managed to break the $11,000 mark earlier on, about 4 hours ago, from what I see on the charts. But since then, it did a bit of a pullback. Okay, and is now trading lower at 10,970. Right. Okay. So on this one, the Bitcoin is kind of copying gold or crude oil. No, crude oil. No. Let's have another look at gold charts. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So as gold is moving downwards, we see Bitcoin moving downwards as well. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or Bitcoin tends to copy one of the other assets. I don't know. I've been following it for quite a while. Sometimes it moves against the US dollar. Sometimes it moves against gold. I can't pin it down yet. But anyway, what would be the point of these webinars if I could? Now, the answer to the question, guys, the answer to the question, there is a question of the day. At what time the CFD market opens on a Sunday? And the answer is midnight. Yeah, at midnight, let's say GMT plus 3. When is 9 o'clock in Sydney? Yeah, when Sydney Stock Exchange opens, that's when the CFD markets open on a Sunday. Yeah, so Sunday about midnight. And this morning we had a question, at what time does the CFD market close on a Friday? Again, the answer was midnight. So the CFD markets take a break from midnight on Friday in Europe, let's say, yeah, GMT plus 2, GMT plus 3. And they reopen on Sunday at midnight. This is the answer. If you're going to answer correctly next week, you might get a prize. Okay, I'm not going to disclose the prize yet. We're going to have plenty in the game. All you have to do is be in touch with us, follow us, like, share, subscribe, and type the answer to the questions. Right, this is what is going on with the markets today, guys. Spectacular move from Donald Trump to announce that he's looking to ban TikTok. Very big hit on Oracle. I feel sorry for them. But let's see what next week has to bring. This was it, guys. Join me on Monday at 10 o'clock GMT plus 3 for the Europe opening. Have a nice weekend. And until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money.